Yeah, I knew eventually we'd probably see this with name, image, and likeness. Apparently there's a player for Florida State that is holding out or threatening to hold out of spring practice over an NIL deal. Now, there's a couple of different sides to this story, which, let's be real, that's always the case to every story. I don't know how much of which side of the two stories is true. Some are saying that he had an NIL deal, not a very big one, but that he did have an NIL deal, and he didn't live up to his obligations under the NIL deal. And I don't know what the NIL deal was, if it was to make so many social media posts or to promote a certain product or what. But according to the company that was supposed to pay him for the NIL deal, he didn't hold up to his end of the contract, so they're not paying him. And he's basically now taking that out on Florida State by threatening to hold out or sit out spring practice if they either don't pay him, not Florida State, if the company doesn't either pay him the NIL money or some other company comes in to give him an NIL deal. Now here's the thing, you are not guaranteed an NIL deal to go to college. Different people are going to be worth different amounts of money in college. This guy, Jarvis Brownlee, defensive back at Florida State out of the Miami area, I think he was a 3-star, had a couple of interceptions last year, about 50 tackles. He was a starter. But, you know, not every single player on every single team is going to get a big money NIL deal. And this was one of the things that we talked about a lot when NIL was first coming about. How are the players going to handle it when they're making $1,000 a year and, you know, somebody else on the team is making $200,000 a year or whatever? And so we're starting to see some of that now. I don't know. I don't like holdouts at all. You know, Major League Baseball just went through this lockout or strike deal because people couldn't get on the same page. The fans don't like it. Honestly, in my opinion, from what I have heard in the past, when there have been holdouts, whether it's NFL players or basketball players holding out of camp or spring ball or off-season workouts or whatever, or whether it's a strike or a lockout, fans don't like it no matter whose side is to blame. The fans don't like it. I don't know what's going to happen here with this Florida State player. It's just an interesting story. I'm in Pigeon Forge, by the way, for the Slob Olympics happening this morning. Winter Slob Olympics this year. Anyway, it's like 12 degrees. This is ridiculous. It was 70 degrees here yesterday, and this is what we get this morning. 3-4 inches of snow. And a high of like 28 degrees or something. It's just ridiculous. But let me know what you guys think about this. Jarvis Brownlee from Florida State holding out or threatening to sit out a spring practice because he's not getting his way on an NIL deal. Forget that it's Florida State, because keep in mind it would be real easy to point and laugh here because it is Florida State and they keep finding ways to embarrass themselves. This could just as easily happen to a player on my favorite team or your favorite team. So I'm not so much specifically interested in what you think about this specific situation with Jarvis Brownlee. What do you think just in general about college football players holding out or threatening to hold out of practice or games because of NIL money? Let me know.